first get the drum carpet out. Rubber side down. You want to put it between the marks here and the marks here. Not too far forward and not too far towards the screen. The screen leg will go right there, but you're going to have a box right here. The drums will be in the cases. So the cases may look exactly like this, or they may be like black. I think we're probably getting new ones, so they'll probably be black by the time you see this. So you'll have the kick drum and the low tom, and then you're going to have an Avion box that's going to have all the other tom and the snare, all your hardware and your cymbals and the drum brain in it. So we'll get to that in a second. All right, so your kick drum, you need to make sure that you're exactly on that line. If you do a one line over, it kind of puts the front of the bass drum on the ground and it doesn't lock in as well. Okay, there's going to be 3 big boxes. The one you want for drums is labeled Avion. You would think it would be labeled drums, but that would be a mistake. Inside, you're going to have 2 trays. You're going to have the cymbals and the drum key will always be in the right tray, and the drum brain will be in the left tray. So we're going to get those out first. The hi-hats are together. You're going to keep them together because they've got a cable connecting them to, so don't chunk them around without them being together. The hi-hats. The other cymbals are just cymbals, so put everything on the stage, unload it. Okay, so here's what it should like inside. Basically, you've got the top tom and the snare and the throne in the corners and the pedal in the other corner. And then you've got all the hardware kind of catty cornered like that. So that's basically how it fits in there. Because you got to get it below this level right here so that your trays can fit in. So you just got to make sure you pack it where those are below that level. You'll see it's kind of dark in the video. Okay, so basically we've unloaded everything from the ground and we just put it on the stage, so we don't have to run up and down, do everything at once. And then we're going to put our 2 trays that are now empty back in for storage. Like that. And close it up and somebody else will take it. Now you get to putting the drums together. Let everybody else, let the crew mess with the cases. Once you've got the kick and the low tom set, you want to put the snare stand and the tom stand out. So then you can get those 2 out of cases and put them on them. So the snare stand and the tom stand, you can kind of tell the tom stand's naturally angled and the snare stand's a little, a little flatter right there. That's kind of flatter. Doesn't matter where you like it. It just matters, just don't do extra work and have to rearrange the stands because they all should be kind of set where they might be originally. All right. Set the snare stands. Notice I've kind of got the snare where it kind of butts up against the kick pedal. It kind of goes to the left. And then your tom stands right in front of that. Again, adjust it how you want, but that's kind of how it starts. All right, you're going to want to find your drum key because it's important to get the drum key for the hi-hat because you have to, the hi-hat will come kind of folded up and you have to unfold it and tighten down these 2 screws on the side. If you don't tighten them down, your hi-hat will fall over. Okay, it's got a little carrier on the side of the hi-hat for it, so keep it right there. Okay, these DW stands are kind of designed to be made where they fit inside each other when you pack them up. So when you pull them out, you undo, they kind of come out into a natural position. So then just kind of do that to all of them, kind of a natural position. Come out of itself and into a natural position. Also notice that these rolling cymbals have a little wedge on there that allows the cymbal to rock just a certain way. So obviously you want to pay attention to that. And I know for a fact, because it's angled the way it is, this is the front left, because you can see it's It's gonna rock like this. The other one will be faced the other way and it'll rock like this. And then the ride will be faced straight and it'll rock like this. You'll see what I mean in a second. So very quickly, you notice the angle of that little wedge is basically facing the drummer. On the ride, it's facing the drummer. And on the other crash, again.
No, that's yours.
Okay.
Facing the drummer.
No, this is yours.
So, 3 stands.
The other one?
Okay, so you'll basically want to set your hi-hat, and once you get your hi-hat set, then you can pull this drawers over by you, kind of in this little square by you, right here. So we'll do that now. So kind of get it close to you so you can obviously put your click, your computer, everything, so it should be kind of, you know, right by your foot, right there. Okay, next you want to get the drum brain out. So you're gonna have the drum brain, set it on the top right hand of the case. You also have your cable, and then there's a trigger in here as well if you need an extra trigger. Put that there so your bass player can start hooking cables up. Okay, next you're gonna have the trigger snake. So these are what's gonna go from the drums to the brain for triggers. The one that's the drum brain side is labeled drum brain, right? So you're gonna have a bunch here that's connected. So we're gonna pull these over here and then we'll connect those. They're all labeled except for tom 1, but maybe by the time you see this it will be labeled. So we'll show you that. Notice kick is K, snare is S, tom 1 is not labeled, but hopefully it will be by the time you see it. Tom 3 is T3. You have hi-hat, which is HH, and then you have hi-hat control, which is HC, okay? Then you have crash 1, which is C1, crash 2, which is C2, ride, which is R, and edge, which is E. So ride has 2 cables coming out of it. The crashes only have 1. You have a ride and an edge. And then I have auxiliary 1 for my trigger that I've set up over here. Okay, the hi-hat, it's really hard to see in this video, but one is labeled trigger out and one is labeled control out. So there's 2 cables in the bottom of the hi-hat. Okay, so you have to plug the right one into the right one. I like to do it before I put it on the stand because it's really, really hard to see when it's dark and you can't see underneath the hi-hat. All right, you want to put the hi-hats where the Roland logo is away from the drummer because your trigger mechanism's on this side. So you want to be away from the drummer. And then you're going to have these little, focus here, these little rubber deals. You're going to stick them in the hi-hat like this. And then you have to move this clamp down so that these rubber things can't pop out. This is what holds the hi-hat from turning and holds it down. So I'll show you that when it's done. Okay, so notice now the rubber things are down in those slots because I loosened this and moved it down where it's taut and then tightened it back up with the drum key that is always kept right here unless we're packing it up. So then we just go one by one. We pick up a cable and read the label and plug it into the drummer cymbal. If it's a cymbal, then we go get the cymbal, plug it into the cymbal, and then put it on the stand. That way we don't have to take the cymbals on and off the stand twice. That's why I waited till the end to pick up the cymbals. Okay, for the ride, we're gonna have ride and edge. The ride is a 15-inch cymbal and the crashes are 14-inch, so they're gonna be a little smaller than the ride. So we'll plug those in and then put it on the stand. So real quick, notice the bow edge is E and the bow bell is R.
I'm not baby.
All right, snare goes into snare. All right, C1 goes into crash 1. Remember, Roland logo away from the drummer.